After that, let us talk about the economy. So depending upon the geographical condition, economy was being concentrated. So wherever there were the plain areas or the non-forest areas or non-deserted areas, the agriculture was being carried out. Previously it had shifting agriculture, but as and when the civilization grew, okay, the civilization became more updated, hierarchical, okay, that time we'll see that the agriculture was major activity that was being carried out in the Sangam period. So here major of the paddy occupation or the paddy cultivation was being focused, okay, it was paddy cultivation which was majorly focused, okay. Paddy was the main crop in the Chola and the Pandya. Okay, now where are Cholas and the Pandyas? Chola here and Pandya here, right? So both of them had paddy. What is paddy? Paddy means rice, right? So after that, Chera, okay, Chera, as this is totally jungle area, Nilgiri hills, right? Jungle area. So here Chera majorly had jackfruit, jackfruit and pepper, black pepper, which is still the major occupation in this area. Okay, so jackfruit and the pepper in the Chera, and Chola and Pandya had the paddy cultivation. So these were the major economic or the agricultural focus in the Sangam age. After that, markets were operated on the barter system. Although initially it was a barter system, but after that they used to have the coins, okay, the metal coins, and also some of the evidences found were of the stone coins, like a stone is being carved out, okay, a hard stone, hard rock is being carved out, replacing, like showing some of the animal, okay, some of the animal on that particular stone, okay. So here uh, in the places like Madurikanchi, okay, where day and night markets were being present. What are day and night markets? The market which serve 24 into 7 hours. Okay, so present day also these markets are being present where they have the organic products in today's date. Okay, so yes, after that, weaving of the textile, weaving of the cotton was also world famous. I have told you that the Urayur or the Puhar city was well known for its textile. Okay, so here it is Puhar, Puhar city of Cholas. Okay, after that the metal working and carpentry was also world famous. Why? Because the designs were completely different than from the Romans or the North Indians. And you will see that the influence of the Roman is very less in this area as compared to the influence of the Roman in the North India. Okay, so here majorly the Dravidian style would be evolving. The Dravidian style would be evolving. After that, as these were the coastal people, okay, they were depending upon the coastal activities, fishing or hunting, okay, or the salt making, okay. So all these coastal people used to have one another main occupation, that is shipbuilding, as they focused on the trade relation, international trade relation, to make more profit through the production of their local markets. Okay, so shipbuilding was also the major occupation in this coastal areas. After that, the ornament making with respect to the beads, stones and ivory was being focused during the Sangam period. Now, when we talk further, the economy included or majorly focused on the exports and the imports. Okay, so what were the exports and the imports? Just try to remember here. The imports were very less, but they were highly valued imports. Okay, now if in present date, if we see, our imports are more than the exports in present day, okay, and that is why we face the budget deficit. But during that time, although the quantity of the imports were less, okay, but the exports were more, okay. So here the imports were gold, horses and sweet wine. Okay, what were the exports? Cotton, fabric, spices like pepper, ginger, cardamom, cinnamon, turmeric, ivory products, pearls, and precious stones. So these precious stones were sold out in a raw format, in the raw way, and then they were given the shape in the international markets only. Okay, but the raw sources were taken from the Indian continent since ancient India, and that is why you will see in the modern times also, in the modern history also, Britishers would be having an eye on the peninsular Indian, especially with respect to these products only. Okay, now why these products were being sold? Because if you see the environment, okay, or the climatology in those western countries is quite extreme. Okay, it is hot during it is very hot during the summers, and it is very cold during the winters. Okay, so that is why you will see, especially the winter climate nations, okay, there you will see that many of them would be demanding the spices, cinnamon, okay, cardamom, to preserve their meat. Okay, now the western people largely have the non-vegetarian diets. Okay, now to preserve this meat, they need black pepper, right? So this meat can be preserved for a long period of time, and that is why you will see that these products were on the large demand in the international market, and in a good price, in a good amount of price. Okay, so this were present only in the South India and very minimally present in the North India. Okay, so the major of these exports are totally different from that of the northern India. Okay, after that the coins were issued by the Roman emperors, which tells us about the trade relations that were present with the South Indian peninsular region. Okay, like for example, the Roman emperors like the Augustus, Tiberius, Nero found throughout the Tamil Nadu indicate the thriving trade relations. Okay, so here the coins which were being found, they were present from the Roman empires. Okay, so here we can know that the Romans gave us those coins and they took away our exports. Okay, beyond this, we also had a particular tax system. Okay, tax which was levied on the common man, on the agricultural people, on the exporters and the traders also. Okay, so here there are some of the key concepts, terms which you need to take into consideration, because this won't be asked but this key concepts would be asked. Okay, and with respect to that there would be some of the question, like they would be asking ki tax structure in the South Indian, ancient South Indian region, okay, included Karai, Ulgu, Iravu, and one of the concept would be putted from the North India. But here you need to analyze which are the South Indian concepts, which are the North Indian concepts, right? So here the Karai means Kar, Kar means tax. So I means land, Karai, okay, tax on land. Okay, after that Ulugu, Ulugu means custom duty. So the Ulugu was applied when we used to export or import. On the border area, this Ulugu used to be paid by the traders. Okay. After that, Iravu. So this is the compulsory tax which are levied on the gifts. Okay. After that, the Irai. Okay, so this is Karai and this is Irai. So this is tribute paid to the vassals, by the vassals. Okay, and a warrior, tax collection officer. So this is a person. These are the concepts and this is the person who used to collect all this. So this is warrior. Please do not confuse in Walial and warrior. Warrior is a tax collector. Okay, Walial is one of the member in the sitting in the assemblies, okay, and contributing towards the poems. Waliyal and warrior, there is a huge difference. Fine. Now just see the coins. Okay, so these are the Chera coins. Now see how it is the depicting the different. Now this is the bow and arrow, right? So the Chera represented the bow and arrow. Fine. So after this you can see the Chola coins. Now the Chola coins would be reflecting the elephant. See, this is elephant. This is the trunk of the elephant, right? And this is the tiger. Okay, so elephant and tigers were the symbols which were present on the Chola coins. After that, you can see this is the fish. See, if you can see, this is square like or the diagonal fish. Okay, now this reflects that this is a Pandya coin. Okay, which reflects the fish symbol. Okay,